I'm recording this from my backyard in the Campbell family tent. And the reason I'm out here is because I wanted to talk about how God can um, show up in big and little ways in our lives. Where we get these little, just these little bursts of joy or grace or peace that can come across our path when we're paying attention. So I'm out here in the tent because I like sleeping in the tent. I like being outside at night, and like many times, like the kids are with me. Like this is Yale's spot, and that's the giant teddy bear Shannon, and then back there is Marina's spot. And like the conversations that we will have as the kids are drifting off to sleep are just gold. And I see God and the joy that I get from those conversations is just immense. A few months ago we were in church. We were focusing on the stewardship and generosity campaign, and the verse that was from that, I think, is what I think of now. And when we talk about this, it's James 1:17. It says, "Every good gift, every perfect gift, comes from above. These gifts come down from the Father, the Creator of the heavenly lights, in whose character there is no change at all." Right? Every good, every perfect gift comes from God. And I don't always remember that, right? Like I go through a lot of my life just going through life. But when I slow down, and for some reason, for me, being in a tent slows me down, like I'll pay attention to maybe the small stuff that I might not otherwise recognize. And so God is just more alive to me, I think, in this space. The other night, like as I was falling asleep, like I heard a new owl. Like I normally only hear the barred owls, but I heard a new one, a new call which was super cool. Or you hear the frogs going and the crickets after it warms up. We'll start to hear the crickets and the birds in the morning. Sometimes too early in the morning, but the birds, and then just the sunshine coming through the walls of the tent. I mean, it's just beautiful. And or even being cozy in my sleeping bag and kind of breathing that cool air, for me, just slows me down, and I think places in my heart like an attitude of appreciation and gratefulness to God for who God is and what God has gifted us with. Right? Every good and perfect gift comes from God. So I would just say, like, as you go about your day today, and I will try to do this too, because this is for me too, but just to keep our eyes open to how God might be moving. Back in the Vacation Bible School, back in the day, we'd talk about God sightings. So where do we see God? Is it in the conversation with the person I met at the track meet yesterday, Gwen, whose son Jameer is running, right? And like just fantastic, beautiful conversation that I got to have with her. That was a blessing. I think it was a blessing from God. So just where in your life are you seeing God? And I hope and I pray that it's all over the place, and that it's all the time. And I think the more that we pay attention, that we pay attention and look, like I think the more God shows up. So yeah, I hope you see God this week.